Good afternoon. Thank you for making time to join us on Citizen Live at 1. I am Anne Kiruta. Now, the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Committee this morning met to hear a petition by Mgwen voters who want their Member of Parliament Alex Koskei removed from office for missing 8 consecutive sessions of House sittings, contrary to the House standing orders. Well, should he be removed, this would be an unprecedented removal of an MP from office. We'll be speaking to Francis Gashuri live from Parliament in a short while. But let's move on to a developing story, and traffic on the THIKA superhighway is at a standstill as GITHURAI residents protest the arrest of a police officer. Michael Njenga is on location and joins us now with more. Michael.
Well, thank you very much, Anne Kiruta. Indeed, we are on THIKA Road, and THIKA Road is chaotic right now with thousands and thousands of young people and residents around here who have taken to the streets. They want one of the policemen to be released. His name is Gatito, and according to the residents that we have spoken with, and they're telling us that about 2 weeks ago, Gatito and Gatito, now the policeman, and several other policemen engaged some criminals who are terrorizing the residents around. They managed to gun down about 4 of them, but one of the criminals, of the suspected criminals, family, went to court and said that he was not a criminal. Now, Gatito has been, the policeman Gatito has been, was taken to court, was arrested and taken to court, and it is said that he's still in jail as the police conduct further investigations. Now, and the people here, the residents here are saying that this particular policeman has been really working hard here to fight crime in this area. So they have taken to the streets. They're saying that they want him released because they believe that those people who are gunned down, suspected to be criminals, according to the residents, they believe that these were criminals. But right now, the situation on THIKA Road is really bad, with the tires being burnt on the road. Anybody coming from Kasarani police station all the way going down to GITHURAI, Kimbo, Kamiti, Kahawa Barat, all along.
Michael, could you just paint for us a picture of what it looks like?
There are only hundreds of people on the road. And
yes, Michael, I was just asking you to give us a picture of what it looks like. I know earlier you have mentioned perhaps tires being burnt as well. What exactly are the protesters doing? I'm asking what exactly the protesters are doing, Michael. Is it a chaotic scene? All right, we seem to be having difficulty reaching Michael Njenga there, who is, of course, telling us that traffic on the THIKA superhighway is at an absolute standstill. The area residents there are protesting the arrest of a police officer whom they say has in fact been fighting crime in the area. You do want to avoid that particular highway right now. Michael Njenga will be keeping us appraised of developments from that location and let us know what's happening. Let's move on now. And 6 people were this morning killed in a road accident at Tula area. That's some 38 kilometers from Garissa town. According to eyewitness accounts, the driver of the station wagon car, who was allegedly speeding at the time of the accident, overtook a mini bus that was also headed to Bangal area near Garissa from the wrong side of the road before colliding with an oncoming lorry.
The 6 a.m. accident involved a Toyota Probox station wagon that was heading to Bangal near Garissa and a lorry that was heading to Garissa town. The vehicles collided head-on, killing the 6 occupants in the small car, including the driver on the spot.
Kufika hapa karibu taxi overtake na pande left. Kuna overtake nimeona tena imeingia kwa lori kwa wrong side. Kugongana sasa nimeona moshi. Hata brain yangu imeenda sijui.
Gari ndogo naiona hapo Probox ilikuwa na overtake Nissan bila kujali kuangalia kama kulikuwa na lori nakuja mbele yake. Hapo ndio ikakosea na ikapatana na hiyo lori ikagongana.
The accident led to a huge traffic snarl-up for at least 3 hours at the black spot, which the Garissa traffic commandant has cautioned motorists to be wary of. Salim Bilu, Citizen Live at 1.
Well, a lion last night invaded Noiwet village in Baringo County, killing 7 sheep and injuring 25 others belonging to one farmer. The attack that took place yesterday, according to the area chief, is a rare case which calls for the KWS to take urgent measures. He advised residents to be careful when coming out at night to protect their animals, as they too may fall prey to marauding lions.
Asubuhi nilipata ripoti ya kwamba kondoo ya mzee Gisoyan imekuliwa na mnyama ambaye haijajulikana mpaka sasa ni mnyama aina gani. Na ila tu tulichukua tukapiga ripoti kwa mtu ya veterinary. Tumepiga ripoti kwa mtu ya KWS, hata tumeongea naye sasa akaniambia anakuja. Ila tuongile tuliangalia tukaona ile makondoo ile wameumia, tukaongea na mkulima na akaita daktari. Kondoo hiyo 20 ndio wameshonwa, alafu 7 ndio imekufa. Na ukifanya karama hiyo 7 ile imekufa inakuwa ni karibu 56,000.
The National Assembly Majority Leader Aden Duale and the House Speaker Justin Muturi have criticized a bill that proposes to limit the media's freedom to report on parliamentary proceedings. The leaders have promised to oppose the bill that is fronted by Eldas MP Adan Kainan for contradicting constitutional provisions on freedom of speech. All right, we'll return to that story a little later. Let's revisit our top story. The Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Committee this morning met to hear a petition by Mgwen voters who want their Member of Parliament Alex Kosgei removed from office for missing 8 consecutive sessions of House sittings, contrary to the standing orders. Now, should he be removed, this would be an unprecedented removal of an MP from office. Francis Gashuri now joins us live. He's in Parliament. Gashuri, bring us up to speed. What were the proceedings like today?
Thank you very much, Anne Kiguta, and good afternoon.
Yes,
indeed, the Powers and Privileges Committee that is chaired by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, met this morning to hear a petition that has been filed by a group of voters from Mgwen constituency who are petitioning the removal of the Member of Parliament, Alex Kosgei. They claim Kosgei has flouted not only the standing orders of the National Assembly, but also the Constitution. They are citing Article 103, Sub-Article 1B of the Constitution that outlines that if a Member of Parliament misses 8 sittings of one session of Parliament without permission from the Speaker, without written permission from the Speaker, or without showing just causes to why he or she has missed the 8 parliamentary sessions, then their seat will be declared vacant, and the electorate from that constituency will be forced to elect another Member of Parliament. However, the petitioners were told by the Powers and Privileges Committee that their petition was not drafted correctly. So what they have been told, Anne, is to go back, redraft the petition, and submit it to the National Assembly. And once they have done that, the Powers and Privileges Committee will meet again and evaluate whether the petition has met the legal basis for discussion. And if that will be the case, then they will be asked to come and present their evidence or their petition on why they want Kosgei removed. And of course, Kosgei will also be given an opportunity to appear before the committee and give his side of the story before the Privileges Committee renders its verdict on whether the seat should be declared vacant or not. And as you rightly put out, if the Powers and Privileges Committee will reach such a verdict that the Member of Parliament has missed more than 8 sessions of 8 sittings of a parliamentary session without just cause, then his seat will be declared vacant, and it will be unprecedented, because so far no Member of Parliament has lost their seat through that avenue.
All right, Gashuri, thanks for that. He'll be watching that story for us, our Francis Gashuri. Let's move on to matters ICC, and the prosecution lawyer in the case against Deputy President and journalist Joshua Arab Sang at the Hague-based court continues to cross-examine the 22nd witness in that case with a view of tainting his credibility. Lawyer Anton Steinberg took the witness through his telephone conversations with the Office of the Prosecutor in July 2013 and the discrepancies when he recorded an affidavit with his lawyer, Gregory Mutai, recanting his original statement to ICC investigators. Now, the witness was questioned about conflicting statements on who coached him between a lady he mentions and in those particular investigations.
While we were in private session, told the chamber that, in fact, the two investigators who spoke to you during the telephone screening at that stage had asked you to give evidence fixing the two accused. You confirm that?
Yes.
My question is, why is it that a few moments ago, when I asked you quite clearly whether the first time you were asked by OTP investigators to fix the two accused was when you met them on the 6th. Why did you confirm that if in fact there had been a previous request?
I didn't get you well. I thought you were talking of me meeting them face to face. I never thought of the telephone conversation.
And when you gave your affidavit to Mr. Mutai, you didn't think of it then either, did you?
Sorry?
When you gave your affidavit at the offices of Mr. Mutai, you didn't think about it either, that you'd been requested on the phone to fix the two accused?
I never talked of the phone calls.
Why not?
As I had said earlier, that the affidavit was too general to give details of each and every account that took place.
General is one thing, Mr. Witness, but I put to you that, according to your current version, the affidavit was inaccurate in a number of critical details. What I'll put to you, sir, and I'll then move on, is that the reason why you've been changing your evidence about who and when you were requested to fix Mr. RUTO is because your affidavit made at Mr. Mutai's office cannot explain the fact that as early as the 27th of January, beg your pardon, 27th of June 2013, you had already given important details of your version to the investigators. You understand?
Sorry?
I put to you that the reason why you've been changing your evidence as to when you were told and by whom you were told to fix Mr. RUTO is to explain the existence of this report on the 27th of January. Isn't that so?
I think I have not changed any of my statement.
Closer home now, over 90% of buildings under construction in KIAMBU County risk demolition for failure to adhere to laid down rules on construction. This is according to the National Construction Authority, which conducted an inspection of structures in the county. Now, speaking after site visits in the fast-growing Ruaka area, officials from the authority, led by General Manager Francis Njogona, lamented that most of the buildings under construction had ignored basic requirements for erecting buildings. Njogona further warned contractors who have not registered with the authority and are still practicing that they risk being prosecuted. In the past 3 months, 2 buildings have collapsed in Denderu and THIKA towns within the county, raising queries over the standard of workmanship and professionalism applied to construction in the country.
That we have carried out, about 90% of the constructions do not comply with the 6 basic requirements that we were looking for. So we would say that the level of compliance in building construction that we have been able to inspect is about 10%.
The leadership of Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization in Meru County has urged the Council of Governors to embrace dialogue with President Uhuru Kenyatta and his government on the burning issue of the referendum. Addressing journalists in Meru town, the organization's secretary, Susan Munya, said the issue of the referendum will divide the country if not checked. Further adding that her organization supports the push for more money for counties, but not through a referendum.
Ile inaitwa dialogue, governors na government yetu, President Uhuru na pia deputy wake William Ruto, ili tuweze kusikia vile wamedialogue, vile wamesema, vile wamezungumza, mpaka wasikane mikono, walete hizo pesa kukiwa hakuna referendum.
All right, let's move to the Tana Delta now, and county leaders in Tana River, led by Governor Hussein Dado and Bura MP Ali Wario, have asked the national government to halt the planned issuance of title deeds in the county, claiming that the exercise is likely to trigger clashes over the sensitive land issue. The request follows a visit to the county by the Cabinet Secretary for Lands and Urban Planning, Charity Ngilu, last month, where she met the county leadership and told them that President Uhuru Kenyatta had directed that locals be issued with title deeds and that the land adjudication exercise should start today. While speaking in Tana North Sub-County, Governor Dado and Bura MP Ali Wario assured the residents of Tana River that no title shall be issued without proper consultation with the area leaders and residents before the exercise is carried out. The leaders are urging the government to consider the unique nature of mixed land use practices in the county, as the pastoralists and farmers need to be sensitized on planned adjudication before the actual exercise begins.
Mambo ya ardhi ilianzwa na national government. Kuna mama anaitwa Charity Ngilu alitupeleka mbio tukiwa Mombasa, lakini mimi nikamwambia lazima twende ueleze viongozi wote wakiwa pamoja, na tulikaa hola tukakubaliana hiyo mambo tusimamishe mpaka watu wakutane, viongozi wakutane na kamati ya mzee Galgalo izunguke ieleze watu maana yake. Baadaye ndio tutazungumza mambo ya ardhi. Hii fitina kidogo kidogo ni fitina tupu.
Iwapo tutakubaliana watu wote ya Tana River, ile ardhi tuko naye ni kubwa sana. Iwapo hatutakubaliana, hiyo ardhi itakuwa fitina na 1991 hapo ngumo.
The county of Garissa has elevated the Garissa Provincial General Hospital to a teaching and referral institution. The move is aimed at scaling up the health sector referral strategy of that county. Now, speaking during the launch of the Kenya Health Sector Referral Strategy of 2014 to 2018 in the counties, the Garissa County Executive Member for Health, Sophia Sheikh Omar, said the hospital will now serve as a training center for all cadres of health workers in the county, who will later be assigned to train other health workers in these sub-counties. Omar said the county has set aside 400 million Kenya shillings for upgrading the hospital, and plans are underway to collaborate with other health training institutions in making the project a reality. Now, Garissa is the second county to launch a referral strategy after Kakamega County. Well, it's time for us to take a short break on Citizen Live at 1. I'll be back with more news after these messages. Don't go away.